Once upon a time, in ancient Greece, there was a beautiful queen named Helen. She was married to King Menelaus of Sparta. But one day, Prince Paris of the city of Troy visited and fell in love with her. Helen left with Paris, and this made the Greeks very angry. Menelaus called upon the greatest kings and warriors of Greece to help get Helen back. This included his brother Agamemnon and the mighty warrior Achilles, the strongest fighter in the world. They built a fleet of ships and sailed across the sea to Troy. That began the long and terrible Trojan War, which lasted 10 years. The wrath of Achilles. At the heart of the story is Achilles, a hero who could not be defeated unless he was struck in his heel. But Achilles got into a terrible argument with Agamemnon, who took something important from him. Furious, Achilles refused to fight. Without Achilles, the Greeks started losing battles. The Trojans, led by brave Prince Hector, pushed them back toward the sea. The death of Patroclus, Achilles' best friend, Patroclus, saw the Greeks struggling and decided to help. He wore Achilles' armor to scare the Trojans and led the Greeks into battle. But Prince Hector found him and, thinking it was Achilles, killed him in battle. When Achilles learned what happened, he was heartbroken and enraged. Achilles returns. Achilles returned to battle, more powerful than ever. He fought like a storm, and in an epic duel, he defeated Hector. But instead of honoring him, Achilles dragged Hector's body around the city to show his anger. Eventually, Hector's father, King Priam, snuck into the Greek camp and bravely asked Achilles to return his son's body. Achilles, moved by the king's love, gave it back, and for a time the fighting stopped. The end of the war, beyond the Iliad. Though the Iliad ends with Hector's funeral, many know how the war ends. The Greeks pretend to give up and leave behind a giant wooden horse. The Trojans pull the horse inside their city as a victory prize. But inside the horse were Greek soldiers, including Odysseus, waiting for night. When everyone was asleep, they crept out, opened the gates, and let in the Greek army. Troy fell and the war was over. The lesson. Though full of battles, the Iliad is also a story about pride, friendship, forgiveness, and how even the strongest heroes are still human. And while Troy was destroyed, the tales of its heroes lived on forever. And that is the story of the Iliad.